三风王怎么能要开富，别富俺家将近，一阵狂风么三个浪，雪高还这么深山呀湾。
Come on, money season land. Break that land, baby. Bring us lots of dollars and fly it back into the market so we can see a massive alt pump. That's what I'm asking, brother.
Sheldon. We're in the middle of alt season. And the best chart that you could open your show with is the USDT Dominance. We're in the middle
money
of
season land. No. This chart shows us the true alt season.
Bro.
We need dollars, brother. We need money. How's there an alt season with no money in the market? No new money entering USDT and going into the market.
Tornado Cash, which I said yesterday, is up 30% today. Platypus Finance is up 23% today. Split, which I said yesterday, is up 20% today. D-Race, 17% today. And you're talking to me about the USDT Dominance.
Then why does my chart look like this?
Bro, it's alt season. We need to talk about alts. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about alts. You can have your 5 minutes. We can talk about Bitcoin. Then we're going to talk about alts. You got it?
Deal. Let's do it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Yeah, we know a hero. Quick intro, then I'm going to go through my boring charts, and then we'll go into alts, which are not so boring, actually, apparently.
Well, boring alts. Now, finally, the world's starting to realize what I've said for a long time about some tokens. There's one token in particular I want to talk about that. We'll get into that once you've finished your Bitcoin talk. Once you've told me again how Bitcoin is going up, and you've told me again how the Bitcoin dominance is. I mean, then we can talk about alts.
I know everyone loves my boring charts. I know.
I must say I do. I love Bitcoin. But no more than 7 minutes. Your time starts now. In fact, before your time starts. Welcome, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Like the content. Sheldon, your time starts now. Actually, no, stop. Don't forget, if you want to win a Bitcoin, we have to say this because otherwise people forget. If you want to win a Bitcoin, a full Bitcoin, you just have to open a KuCoin account using the referral link below or scan the QR code at the top and you can win a Bitcoin. But don't tell anyone, because if you tell anyone, the more people you tell, the less chance you have of winning the Bitcoin. So do not tell anyone about this giveaway. Let's keep it between us. End of story. Great. Now, you have exactly 6 minutes and 45 seconds to bore us.
Okay, we don't need Rand for this one. Okay, cool, guys. What's up, Banter fam? So let's go through. Obviously, we can see, we're at that very, very big sell wall at this point, and it takes time. It makes sort of time. It makes sense. Sorry, not time. That we're hovering in the zone a bit. And, I had a tool this morning that I went through this morning, and it's actually showing me that the big sell wall is sitting between 44,000 and 45,000. So it's nice to see that, we're getting little bits of rejection there, but we're not getting completely shot off, which is a really good sign. So it means we're slowly starting to chomp through that wall. Rand, what do you want to say?
Which tool is that?
It's coming. It's very exciting. It's coming. Okay. It's coming. You talk about your new shows. I also got a very new, fantastic tool that is coming. We're just finalizing a few things. It's nice to see that we're at that point where we're slowly chopping. At the end of the day, guys, same thing as I was saying yesterday, is when we're looking to break through this sell wall over here, we then have the sell wall sitting at a much higher point, which means we can look at a strong acceleration through the market at that point. The only thing that we're still seeing right now is we still don't have the higher high in point just yet. So as long as we don't have that higher high in point, a test of support can happen at any time. And we sort of want to be at the point where we're chomping at this wall, but it's crunch time now. It's time for Bitcoin to start breaking through now to really start momentum. Because if we keep hovering here and we do start a little bit of rejection zone, Bitcoin could come test the 42,000 zone again. And that's why it's very important that, we start making progress here and we start chomping through that wall. And then from that, we can obviously see a strong acceleration to the upward side. Now, the boring chart of the day, which is the USDT chart, is a super, super, super important chart for me. Very important chart. Because the last time it happened, we were in a crazy, crazy, crazy season where we had literally, I think it was 5 months of money growth in the market. So for me, this is a super important chart and a super important line that we finally break this damn trend, because this was the trend when we broke to this side over here where the dump started happening and we started to get the strong aggressive red markets and these sort of things. And now we're finally at that point where we did make a very weak sort of low, very similar to this low here. And it's sort of showing me very much a head and shoulders that is playing out in the USDT dominance. And this is an important chart that we're on that line right damn now. So we got Bitcoin sitting at 44,000 right by the sell wall, and we got the USDT chart sitting right on the trend right now. And there's two things that's telling me that this market has to erupt very soon and very quickly, is because we're making a higher low on dominance and we're making a lower high on Bitcoin. So this is a very, very, very important chart, Rand, both of them, because this is where we need this to drop and we need Bitcoin to break. And when that happens, then we have this.
Yeah, it's three charts. That's the third chart.
Then this will break down. So let me paint the picture. Bitcoin, we need it break up. USDT dominance, we need to break down. And that will show us that we're then going to have a total market cap breakout. And then we're going to have the dominance collapse. Then we can talk about alt season and talk about the major thing. Right now, we're sitting on the borderline right now. Where is there another correction first, or is it right now? And is it super important? Go for it, Ron.
Doesn't it feel a bit too easy? Doesn't it feel a bit too almost like there must be something in the way? Like it just, I don't know. It feels like it's too good. It just feels the dominance is looking
easy though. Ron, we've only had 2-3 weeks of this now. We went through 3 months of bear. This market does get easy. Making money does get easy. That's the stages, and we haven't even started yet. We haven't even, this was the previous rallies of dominance to the upward side. This is all we've gotten so far. So we only, we keep saying, just the tip, exactly that. We're only just the tip right now, and we're waiting for the proper eruption. We're just boiling right now, and we haven't had the proper explosion. We've seen nothing yet, right? If we have a drop in this dominance and we have Bitcoin break through that thing, we're going to see a rally, and we're going to see a strong damn rally. We're looking at $400 billion to enter the crypto market on the next pump alone. It's not even by going on the foot. That's just the next leg of where we're looking at. And that's a strong, really, really strong point to that. So we're at a critical stage. And the way I'm sort of trading it now is we know pullbacks is the time we add to entries. That's the time where we capitalize on the market right now. So do we get that pullback first, where we have a small little pullback back to the 42 zone? That's on support. That's where I want to capitalize in the market. Or do we break this damn 46? And if you don't get your damn entries, you're going to be left very far behind. So it's very important.
Does this here remind you? So you look at this over here. Does it remind you of that over there?
It does.
Is it enough of a pullback for you to say that potentially we've seen the retest?
Yes, because you see how it's just on the left of it. So let me see if I can jump on my chart just so I can show you it. Let me just clear up here. There we go. So this, yes, makes sense to me, because we want this to be an inverse head and shoulders. And the right shoulder must always match up to the same levels of where the left shoulder hit. So that's what we want. We don't want to actually go lower. And that's the trend that we are holding. So yes, that was the pullback that I wanted. Possible that we test there again. It can happen, but this is the levels we want to hold. We want to hold $41,000, $40,000 region. for us to be in that level that you said, this level right over here. Now, what are the indications we got there? Was we got that higher high. And you could see very much that we got the higher high this time too. So yes, it is reminding me there, but it's crunch time now. It's time for
we got the higher high, and we got the higher high, and we got the retest.
Yes. For now, was that the full retest? Only the next higher high will tell us. We haven't got the higher high yet. So it's time. in the next 2 days, it's time. The market has to start erupting now. And when Bitcoin breaks this level, we're going to see the whole market erupt, not just Bitcoin. So yeah, exciting times.
If that's the case, then what would you be getting into? What would you be looking at? So I think we've had the confirmation. We're looking for a second confirmation. Effectively, the high would be a second confirmation. But you don't want to be you don't want to be waiting. You want to start dipping your toes in, right?
Yeah.
So what would you be buying?
Yeah. So obviously the big ones that I was looking at is, I'm loving finding the coins that have had this long downwards trend. Like, I'm loving it. This is showing to be such a really strong, effective strategy. So I'm finding the good alts that are breaking these downwards trends at this point at the moment. The first one, which I spoke about, a few times, and it's doing a beautiful inverse, is FTX token. It is chart of the day today, guys. Remember, that is on the website as well as the link for CoinPanel, so you guys can go and have a look at all the chart of the days there and all the chart updates that I'm doing there. It is a tool that you have to have that I can communicate with you in a strong, aggressive market. It's just something that's super, super important. It's a toolbox, guys. It's a toolbox to your charting and what you do. Cool. So FTT, for me, for safer bets, good investment entries. FTT is showing good, fantastic strength right now. We then have what's happening on AVAX, brother, when it comes to the fundamental side of AVAX, because now we're breaking a beautiful trend. And I don't know about you, we're waiting for the confirmation of Bitcoin of the higher high, and this bad boy is doing it here for us already. And this looks very nicely as the inverse head and shoulders, and we are breaking daily trend. And if we have a look here, we've only just crossed the weekly stochastic RSI to the top. So I got 4 great indications on AVAX right now. What's your thoughts fundamentally? Is anything happening there?
AVAX is about to, it looks like it's about to explode. There's a whole lot of things happening on the AVAX ecosystem. What I'll do is I'll post a tweet thread on my Twitter at CryptoManRun. I don't want to go through the whole tweet thread here because then it's not going to be a charting show, but there's a whole lot of fundamental things happening on the AVAX ecosystem right now in terms of the token. So I think AVAX probably good bet, probably quite a good bet right now. What else? So FTT.
Yeah, FTT, AVAX, I have spoken about those. The last one
releasing. Okay, go for it.
Yeah. RUNE broke that trend. It's testing right now. It's on support right now. So RUNE was the big one we spoke about in the week. Cosmos was a big one we spoke about as well. We did look at Super, and this is exactly what you want to see, guys. Like, you want to see how we break this long downwards trend. We then shoot up, make the right shoulder. This is exactly what we wanted to see from Bitcoin, and now we're starting to release here. So it looks like Super's waiting for the Bitcoin eruption. And if it waits for that, the break of this level is when we're going to start to see true volume come in, and we can look at a super rally back to the $1.7, $1.8 quite quickly. So that's obviously showing strength. I saw Moonriver still hovering slightly into our zones, which is good. It made the higher high yesterday. So that one's looking good. I see Secret's got a possibility of making its way back down. It didn't make the higher high yet, so it can make its way back down to 6.2, and I'll definitely be capitalizing on Secret. Then let's just have a look. The other ones, Tezos, Vet, all of them are starting to break those long downward trends. So that's what I'm doing, brother. I'm looking for the very clear chart of a long downwards trend cycle, and we're starting to break these trends because they're starting to show a lot of strength, and volume comes in super strong when we break those things. So I'm not chasing the coins anymore. I'm waiting for the coin to tell me. So I got my list of coins, and when that damn alert goes off and the chart looks beautiful, and we've got a clear indication of a long-term down trend, then I'm capitalizing. So I'm being very stingy with my entries, and I'm not forcing it into any coins. I'm not jumping into hype. I'm not FOMOing in. You know what I mean?
Take me to Tornado Cash. Take me to Tornado Cash.
So you spoke about it this morning, brother. What's happening here?
Well, this is something that's fundamental to crypto. It is effectively the only real privacy transaction protocol. If you want to transact, the problem with ETH, if you go and buy a cup of coffee using Ethereum, when you scan your ETH wallet there, everybody knows your entire ETH history. And it's not only in that wallet. A lot of people say, oh, don't worry, that's a normal wallet. It's not only that wallet, because every ETH wallet needs to have Ethereum to do a transaction. So when you will send Ethereum from one of your other wallets to do the transaction. And now what you're reading is that everybody's actually starting to use Tornado Cash. So 0x use Tornado Cash. You're looking at the guys from Lux, which is like the open sea competitor, use Tornado Cash. Everybody's using Tornado Cash. And now the market's starting to understand this privacy narrative. I've been talking about this privacy narrative for a long time. And now the privacy narrative is starting to play out. This is a coin that was at $400 last year.
Wow.
Yeah, if you zoom out, you'll see this coin. This coin was at $400.
Look at this. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's 100 other coins that do the same thing. There's only one. And it's completely decentralized. So for me, Tornado Cash, I've been talking about for a long time. Whether it goes up now, whether it goes up in 2 weeks or a month or whatever else, Tornado Cash, one of my favorite tokens. I've said it for a long time. It just hasn't performed. But now people are seeing that people are actually starting to use Tornado Cash. People are actually starting to use it. And as more people use it, that's a good one. Another one which I like, but I think we've missed it, is Platypus Finance, PTP. We missed it. I did a whole show on it a while back, and I showed people how to stake and boost their earnings. And I said, be in Platypus Finance. And I think we've missed it. You tell me, PTP.
Yeah, I'll have a look. While you're just checking on here, let me just check it here quickly on the actual exchange chart. So you think you've missed it? You think it's not a? PTP?
I think it's run a lot.
What is the market cap on it? Is it a?
So let me look at, I don't know, fully diluted. Let's quickly do a little bit of research on this coin. Okay, so fully diluted 1.5 billion, current market cap 73 million. This is like the Curve Finance of Avalanche. So it's like the Curve Finance of Avalanche. Yeah, look, I've been buying it. I must be honest, I bought it. My first buy was at like $1.70 or somewhere around there. I don't know if it's too late. You tell me what the charts say.
Okay, so if we look at like it's, look where it's come from. You know what I mean? It's sort of come on.
Be careful. That's the initial pump. That's that initial exchange listing. How do you do? That initial. We're going all in. We're going to degen, and then everyone realizes, oh, hold on a second, we shouldn't have done that.
Well, this is a simple. Guys got it in an IDO. They offloaded it this one over here. It then comes down. It consolidates for a while. And if it's a good token over time, it then starts to gradual back growth through that, and then starts to it's a very common pattern you're going to see through a lot of the tokens. We'll just get through that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be buying that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be, but if it does come back to 3.4 to the $3.8 region, I think that's a nice zone. So add it to your list, guys. Be stingy for your damn entries. So it's one to be looking at. So it's gone for now, and I think it is gone for now.
Okay, take me to ICE, which is the Popsicle Finance, which is the Daniel Sesta exchange, which collapsed. Looks like it's having a bit of a recovery. What do you see in the numbers?
Yeah, so it's breaking definite trend. I sadly on this exchange, I can't use my tool, but I can see very much taking this trend down with my eyes. I can see we're very close in the region of the next few days of a possible strong breakout. And what's good about this, Run, is the next resistances are only here. So when we usually break out of a range like this, where we've come off a big downwards trend, we then accumulate for a while. We usually catch up very quick on the other side. And the sort of levels that you look at that this chart has been on a sort of downwards trend, and we are making clear lower lows. So if I am entering this trade, like I already have in the back of my head where sort of a little bit of take profits is and TP points are for me. And the clear areas for me are back to the region of $9 to $10, and after that, obviously $12 to $13. So I'll be keeping an eye on this long trend here and getting ready for it. And if we have a Bitcoin explosion or a market explosion, this can be one that can rally very quickly up the other side. I just will have a TP strategy behind it to take some sort of profits and leave the rest. Yeah.
We spoke about Astroport the other day. I see it's up nicely as well. We told people to buy it, I think a week ago, like 60 cents, 65 cents, somewhere on there.
Yeah. And it's guys, what I like about Astro is it keeps getting these big volume spikes. And this is big orders. Like, you know what I mean? They haven't sent this thing into full range yet, but guys, look how you keep getting these buys. And these usually are market executions where the guys are buying in, you know what I mean, getting that thing. And then this is where they're accumulating. And I'm sort of looking with a move like this, over the next bit of time where we can slowly, gradually build up to this level to the region of 90 cents. But, then we can start to see a really strong eruption. Take us to this zone here, do some sort of cup and handle. But this volume is exciting me. Something's going on here, and there's a lot of interest and a lot of market order buys that are happening here.
Could have been me. That volume could have been me.
All of them.
a lot of those green candles could actually have been me. I must be honest.
Yeah. So if you ever are buying in these accumulating stages, these are investment entries you're entering in here because you're buying in an investment zone at the moment. It's only when we get to these big breakout levels you look at short term. But for now, you're buying it as investment, and it looks like you're buying at the right time. You're buying it when there's a lot of interest. It's the highest volume we've had for a while. So definitely.
Yeah, I must say I love it. Okay, any other degens on your side? I mean, I've got a few more degens, but I'm also talking on my show later about building a portfolio now, because right now it's time to start building your portfolio.
So important.
If you don't have a portfolio, then right now is a great time to be building a portfolio.
You spoke to me earlier about Vader.
Yes, I did. I like it. You know what? My problem with Vader is it's risky. I do like it. I hold a lot of Vader, but it's risky. It's one of the real risky trades in your portfolio. If the charts say it's cool and you do want to take some risk, then it's good. But people must know that this is not Luna.
So guys, these are obviously much smaller parts of your portfolio that you're playing, but these are big range movers, and fundamentally, is Vader good?
Fundamentally, it's the idea is very good. It's very early days. I like it. I bought it, but I put a small bet, and I'm going to wait for it to. I'm going to let it run and see what happens.
Exactly. So I don't think you want to miss out on the small bets with this. We got this long wedge going to the downward side here. And I'll be patient for Bitcoin breakout and the market breakouts, and I'll definitely be looking because like these moves here are crazy because this just has a little rally to the regions of anywhere to these areas, and you can see the percentages. You're looking at 100, 200, 300 just to the tops. Like so, smaller parts of your portfolio, but we can't deny if this market erupts. Having a 2-3% of your portfolio into the higher risk tokens, they can make you a lot to those stages.
You got to also.
Yeah,
you have to have positions in the metaverse. Like we saw last night that JP Morgan bought land in the metaverse. Okay, this is the same JP Morgan where Jamie Dimon said that Bitcoin is the root of all evil and he doesn't really care about Bitcoin. This is a guy who's now, his bank is the first bank in the world to open a lounge in the metaverse. Now you think to yourself, if banks are buying land in the metaverse and you don't have a metaverse play, it's a sin. Like you can't not be invested in metaverses. Someone here, Jimbo Jones says, Render is the perfect metaverse play. It is, but Render's not a metaverse. Like you got to buy, if you want to buy metaverses, buy Sandbox, buy Decentraland. Those are the ones that are right now the best, and I think for me Sandbox is better than Decentraland. Let's quickly see.
I agree. So Sandbox is at good levels now as well. It didn't really bounce so strong with Bitcoin at this point. It does have a possibility of coming back to $4, but Sandbox is looking as the better bargain right now than Decentraland, definitely.
And then if you want to degen, if you like, so these are Sandbox specifically is a very safe option when it comes to metaverses, because that's where Coca-Cola is, that's where JP Morgan is, that's where Adidas is, etc. But if you want a little bit more of a degen, then I'm looking at two. One of them is Wilderworld. So Wilderworld also had a little bit of an eruption today. Maybe you want to check it out.
Ticker?
It's Wild, W-I-L-D.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah. Have a look. KuCoin. Okay, looking good. So guys, this is the beautiful part of this market that we're in now. Like where we're at now, like these long trends they make you a lot of damn money. You catch these things early. So nice volume spike there. That's great. It's waiting for Bitcoin, buddy. That's all that it's waiting for. Bitcoin breaks 46. This thing's gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? And we can rally up to these ranges quite quick. So everything's waiting for Bitcoin right now. And that's why that USDT dominance is a very important chart.
The other, so for me, depends how risky you want to go. You want to go non-risky, you go to Sandbox, you go to Decentraland. You want to go risky, then you go to places like Wilderworld. You can even go to places like Victoria VR.
You got $10,000 to invest in metaverse play. What percentage would you split your risk sort of thing? Would you go 10% into the high risk? The bigger gains are there. You know what I mean? If this market turns, the gains are there.
If it's only metaverse, you're talking only metaverse, right?
Yes. Let's say you got. I'm just using $10,000 or $1,000 as an example.
Okay. Let's say I would put 4,000 into Sandbox. I would put 2,500 into. I'd put 2,000 into Mana, which is Decentraland. And then I would start messing around with Wilderworld, Victoria VR. I guess network, if you want to call that. I would put money on the small ones because you never know which of the small ones is going to shoot the light out. You never know.
Yeah, and if the market erupts, we obviously know that that's where the bigger gains are. The only thing is, guys, so what I would do with that is you heard Rand very clear that, Sand and Mana are the more safer sort of plays, which means those guys over time are safe bets to be running at. And then you got about 30% or so of your portfolio where, this is the higher risk, baby. This is the one, if the stuff goes crazy, it makes you, we can really see a strong eruption. But those come with TP strategies. Just take profit strategies. So just run them, that those Sandbox and them can ride for a while. That will do great over time. And any of these ones you run through, just have a little bit of a TP strategy along the way. And it's a great moneymaker. We mustn't ignore these coins when the market turns strong. So you said Wilderworld. Was there any other one?
Victoria VR is one of them. Hustle actually sent me a list. Let me actually see. Hustle sent me a great list today. Hustle's asleep now. He's fast asleep.
I'm actually joining Hustle Show tonight. He's going to give me a list, and we're going to go through some charts and give the guys a nice little strategy behind it.
Legend.
So I love how the guys have a...
This morning it was Hustle and Miles on the show. It's always me and you on the show. I love how we're teaming up now and tag teaming.
Yeah.
Between the four of us, we've got a magical combination. He says we sort of network, Wilderworld, Sandbox, and I'm just trying to see if there's any more metaverses. Yeah, I think you want to be on Sandbox, Wilderworld. Yeah, that's pretty. Those are pretty much the ones that I think.
Those, and maybe there's new to come in the next 2 weeks. But at least the guy's got a good understanding of a portfolio size. You know what I mean? And what to sort of be looking at that. There might be new projects next week. There might be new things to be getting. So that's great. Yeah, guys, as I was saying, I am joining Hustle Show, and we're going to give you guys a little charting strategy behind all of these fundamental gaming tokens too. Just to help you along the ride and things go crazy, that you have a nice structure chart-wise too.
I love it. It's like such a family. I love it. All right, listen. So agreed that now the markets are getting back to fun time. There's going to be a lot of alts going off. Guys, if you want to get the alts when they happen, you have to go to CoinPanel. We can only talk about so many coins on the show, and the problem is that the coins are breaking out at different times. All the charts are updated on CoinPanel. If you want CoinPanel, there is a referral link below. Use it. It's you get 2 weeks free, and then it's like, I don't know the numbers, but it's like, I don't know, $10
or something.
I don't know what it is, but whatever it is.
Remember that now, guys. I've increased by 300% the team on CoinPanel now. And we're making sure we have short-term trading lists for guys, medium-term trading lists. We then have investors lists. Like, we have everything there for you guys. And then one thing we did learn is through this whole bear cycle, the guys were very happy on that thing because, you know, that's the way where I had...
No one left. No one left CoinPanel in the bear market. Yeah, no one, like, or very few people left. Normal churn left, which means that people, it is the tool that saved people in the down market. It was the tool with all the things. Oh, Fred says chart of the day up on the website now. Very late. Fred disappointed us. Fred disappointed.
Freddie, buddy, did you go too hard on the birthday or what?
It's the FTT chart. Brilliant. Go and check out chart of the day on the Crypto Banter website. Best website in the whole world. Looks and feels like Twitter. Lots of giveaways on it. Also great alpha on it. And a great family on it. All right, people. We'll see you again in 9 a.m. EST. I'm going to show you how to build a crypto portfolio right now. I'm going to reveal one of the buying portfolios. Just a little hint. So we realized when we were building these portfolios that every person is different, right? So every person is different. And what we're doing today is we're giving you the first of the portfolios, which is the degen-ish portfolio. We're calling it the degen-ish. It's like people who are Jew-ish. They're not really Jew, they're Jewish. So this is degen-ish. You're not like really it's like you want a degen, but you're not exactly degen, right? It's degen-ish. So today we're talking about the degen-ish portfolio. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the DeFi degen portfolio. So if you're bullish on DeFi, and then the next day we're going to talk about if you're a gaming degen, what your portfolio should look like. We're actually going to go through each individual token, actually show you how to build a portfolio.
Are you going to give them maybe a standard of your opinion of percentages between all the two? You know, like, you know, these ones are a little bit higher risk. I think it's a really good way that if this market erupts, guys just have a little understanding.
Much appreciation. Cool. Much appreciation.
Thank you, Banter
See you guys later. Until then, scan this QR code, because then that can make you rich. I don't care what you say. Ads much better than Coinbase's ad.
Yeah, it is cool. It's got like a Pac-Man vibe to it. I love it.
I love this. I actually want to get this song and put it in my mixer here.
Oh. DJ Manran.
All right, buddy. See you later.
You just now, brother.